Hey, Ted from Onewheel. Just kidding. And today we got a very special video for you guys. This is for all the new riders out there. 'Tis the season for people getting their boards all around the world. And this video is going to be about first steps you should take after you take it out of the box. So let's get started. Okay, so the day has arrived. The board was delivered by FedEx after anticipation, pacing around in your kitchen. The day is here. I know, first thing you're gonna do, rip off all this literature, take this instruction manual, throw it out the window. You're ready to ride, but you're not gonna do that, right? The boards only come halfway charged, so what you're gonna wanna do is plug it in, and that's gonna give you a little bit of time to read through this. There's a lot of information in here. Now that you've read your instruction manual and you've gone through the little one-sheets on the footpads, we can begin talking about the three things that are going to set you up for success on your first ride. First thing is safety gear. Necessities right here. Always be wearing a helmet when you're riding. It's really important. And I'd recommend wrist guards for your first couple of rides. Second thing is a wide open space to learn to ride. I would recommend a flat parking lot or a big grassy field. Basically, you just want to be somewhere that there's not a lot of distractions and you can just learn safely. Third, I'd recommend having a friend. It is very helpful on your first couple of rides to have someone you can lean on, a hand to grab. And if you don't, that's totally fine. Just make sure you have a wall or a post, something you can stabilize yourself with when you're just getting your sea legs. Now, let's head on over to the studio and I'm gonna show you how to power on the board for the first time. Turning on your Onewheel is the same for both Pine and XR. The tail does not have a sensor pad in it and will always fall tail side down when resting. To power the board on, place it on the ground and press the button without touching the sensor pad. You'll get an error warning if you try to power the board on while holding it vertical or covering one of the sensor pads. A proper dismount occurs when you disengage one side of the pressure-sensitive pad on the front of the board. You can only achieve this going less than 1 mile an hour, and you do so by kicking your knee forward, lifting your heel, and breaking that connection. You can also see here that I slide my foot to break the connection another way. You should also learn how to jump off with 2 feet. This is the most safe and easy way to dismount when you're just learning. I know it might seem odd, but it's really easy, and when things get crazy out in the real world, a dog runs in front of you or whatever, you'll be glad you have it in your back pocket. If you got this down, you're ready for anything, so make sure to practice it. This example shows what happens when you step off with only your back foot. The sensor in the front is still engaged, pushing the board forward. Don't do this. Now you're ready for your first ride. You got your helmet on, your board's powered on, proper footwear. Let's get started. So I chose this wide open parking lot, and I mean really wide open. I have all this space to learn. And I also chose this pole because it's gonna be a nice point for me to start and get my balance. So I'm gonna put the board right here, put your back foot on first, grab on, and then you're gonna rock up to engage. And as soon as you rock up, you're gonna feel the board turn on. So now you're ready for your first ride. Let's go. You just launched off on your first ride. There's a lot of things going through your head. But what you should be thinking about is keeping your eyes forward, your weight over the center of the tire, and you're not accelerating or pushing down too hard or too fast. Really important when you're riding is that if you just aim your hips and your shoulders, your body is going to follow that. It's important to just take it slow at the beginning and realize that falling and all of this is part of the learning experience and not to get discouraged. Far too often I find people are really fighting that balance and they want to do it themselves, but the board is programmed to keep you level and it's going to do that for you. Now let me tell you something about pushback. Pushback is a safety feature built into the board to let you know that A, your board is dead, or B, you're exceeding the upper limits, and it looks just like this. When you feel this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna lean back, slow down, and come to a stop. Or just slow down, and then you can accelerate again. I know you might think you have it all figured out, but let me caution you. That's when folks push the board past its limits and get hurt. You should learn how much power is available for you at different speeds, and don't be jamming all your weight forward at once to try to see how fast you can go. The best riders learn to work with the board to become one with it. That is your mission. So enjoy it, take it easy, and remember to stop and smell the roses along the way. All right, there are some base level tips on how to get started on your Onewheel. And the internet is a big place. There are a ton of resources out there to get your riding to the next level, like this and that. Just to reiterate, read the instruction manual, make sure your board is charged, wear a helmet, and find a good place to learn. And I wish you the best of luck in your Onewheel journey, and happy trails ahead.